Welcome back everyone, it's Ostentatious here with part 7 of this latest Permadeath stream that I'm doing. I'm going to be doing a bit of galaxy jumping today, collecting some more units, upgrading the inventory in the starship, upgrading my exosuit cargo inventory, upgrading some slots on my multi-tools, particularly the rifle that I've got here. So just getting some more S-class modules. Not sure if I'm going to do anything freighter-wise in this stream. That's probably going to be in a later stream. So yeah, very much just kind of cracking on with a bit of exploration in between galaxy jumping, and I'm going to just very quickly start off in this stream with just quickly planting some more plants in the biodome, so that I can get really cracking on with making some stasis devices and stuff when the time comes. So yeah, I'm just going to quickly sort out some stuff in my inventory, which is all needed kind of for making stasis device stuff. Get this all in order. I'm going to buy some frigates in this run as well. Forgot to mention that. So I'm just going to quickly install a couple more storage modules in the freighter. I think I've got 2 more to do. Yeah, 2 more. I'm not fussed about where these go for the moment. yellow E-Wing Alpha. I'm not keen on the colour. I don't like the red and yellow combo. Really, really strange that I can't get this weekend mission to trigger at the moment. Really frustrating, that is. So I'm just going to, before I do this galaxy jump, just do a few plants. Right, okay, so that's that lot done. Yeah, I don't need any cactus flesh or facere. Low on uranium, so I'll leave these ones for the second. Go and do some selenium. So I'm just planting some more plants in a couple of the biodomes because they weren't kind of full. And I just want to obviously get as much as I can out of them as I'm going along. So I'm out of phosphorus there. So we'll tell you what, with what we've got left, might as well make some capacitors. Then we'll spend the rest of this on glass. Need some uranium. Right, that'll do. That's a nice needle nose. Yellow and white. Show me about the dorsal thing. So I've got to quickly change my tool over, change my ship, and then we're good to jump. Oh, this is an abandoned system. So there's no space station, and because it's an emerald system, I haven't got the technology on my freighter for that yet, so I'm going to change my ship and tool on the anomaly here. Which is a nice new feature which came with I want to say Prisms, but it might have been before Prisms. So first things first, we'll change to this crappy tool here. So we'll change to the starting tool, and we'll change our ship, and you do that just by clicking on your ship options, summoning the ship, and it will appear here. So now I need, oh no, I forgot to take my warp cells out of there. So I'm hoping that these 4 warp cells will completely refill that? Yes, they do. That's good. So let's make our first jump. I'm hoping we can do it without any hyperdrive upgrades. Yes, we can. So on to Hilbert we go. This will be galaxy number 2. peeps. I'm just a bit OCD with all this. I want to get it all in the right order. So what sort of planet did we land in? Glacial. What sort of system is it? It's a Corvex. Tier 1 poor economy, so we'll get straight out of here. Get into a rich system. Find a portal. Put a base comp down. Then doing some missions. Satisfactory, so we might as well do one of the missions here as it's already pointing towards this system. So this is just like a standard Artemis mission quest line. So we'll do this one. We've just jumped to Hilbert, so we're now in galaxy number 2. No, still unlocked. Or locked, should I say. I can't understand why the weekend mission isn't showing. Yes, I'm on my way to Eissentam, but I'm just quickly planting this bunch of plants in this biodome here, and then I'll be sort of finished with this. As far as plants go, I'm basically finished completely with the stasis device stuff after I've done this lot here. So on the next run, I should just be able to make a load of stasis devices, but what I need more than anything is condensed carbon. So I will need to farm a little bit of oxygen and carbon to make a shitload of condensed carbon. Like I need probably about 10,000 condensed carbon. I've done one galaxy jump. I'm in Hilbert at the moment. Hi Bozimoto. Welcome to today's stream, episode number 7. This is pretty much just going to be galaxy jumping is the core focus today. But in between galaxy jumping, I'm going to be doing the occasional nexus mission, and I'm going to be doing a little bit of ship scrapping as well. Nothing too exciting in today's stream. I just want to try and get on my way to Eissentam so I can build my first land base there and look for a decent planet as well. I've done one galaxy jump already today. I've jumped to Galaxy 2 in Hilbert. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a tickle in my throat. You have to plant a lot of this stuff because you need like 400 per plant to make lubricant, so it goes down really quickly. You'll go through like several thousand of these per collection, so you need to plant probably more of this plant here than anything else, and then selenium, then starbulb, and then you probably need the least amount of phaceum and frost crystal. Right, so that's done. So I'm going to just collect the rest of this. There was only a couple of thousand there. So what I'll do is I'll make some lubricant with what I've got in my inventory, just to make a little bit of that. And that can go in there. And what can I make now? Living glass, yeah. So it's 7 million, 10 million, 11, 12. Arithmetic says, how are you planting plants on top of other plants? Never seen that before. Okay, so just a very sort of brief explanation of that. I'm just going to do an auto save quickly, because I'm not going to need to collect anything. Right, so basically okay, let's do some phaceum, yeah. And let's delete some of this. Right, so basically, the long and the short of it is, let me just delete these, because I won't be able to demonstrate if I don't. So this isn't a glitch as such, this is just taking advantage of a mistake that the game makes. So in every biodome there's 13 placements that you can put a plant in, yeah? So without doing anything above and beyond the vanilla game, you can only plant 13 plants in each biodome. So you'll have to get quite a bit of biodomes going to plant quite a lot of different plants. But with this, what you do is you get the plant that you want. So I've got phaceum, and you plant all 13. Like that. So you've got 13 in there now. But now what you can do is go down to your build menu, go along to structures, and then pick this corridor here, or anything really. But what you want to do is put the corridor into the middle of the screen like this. So get your build camera, go into camera mode, build camera mode, then put your corridor into the middle of the screen. Now what you can, I'm not placing this at all, right? I'm not clicking anything. I've literally just got the build part highlighted to potentially place somewhere, but I don't need to place it anywhere. I don't need to click anything. I just need to select the part like this. Now what happens is, can you see on the right hand side of the screen, it's put some stairs down, as though I'm about to place this here to create that corridor, yeah? And if I put it in the middle of the screen, like if I just place it, say, hover it here, on the left hand side of the screen and the right hand side of the screen, you can see the stairs, and it is also, you can't see it, but it's also opposite as well. So right now, by putting the build camera here, it's creating what would be an area that I would place this item in. Now what that's doing is it's telling the game to get ready to make a corridor here, here, and here. So what the game thinks to do is, okay, he's going to be putting a corridor here, so what I need to do is delete these plants that he's placed here. So what happens is when you hover your building part around like this, and the game thinks that you're about to place it where you've already placed some plants, what it does is it now essentially deletes those plants, but it doesn't. The plants stay there. So what it allows you to do is the 3 plants that were originally going to be deleted, you can now plant again in that area. But what you can't do is you can't plant in this one here, you can't plant in that one there, and you can't plant in this one here, because that isn't where the corridor was going to be. Yeah? But you can plant in these 3 here, these 3 here, and the 3 on the left. So what you've got now is, instead of having 13, I've now got an extra 9 plants on top of the 13. So I've now got 22 plants in here. And you do the same again, go back to the build menu, open up the corridor, so it creates another space, and that deletes the plants again. So now you go back into your plant, and you can plant another 3. And these you can stack as many plants as you like on top of one another doing this mode. So you could have like you know, 1,000 different plants in each biodome. Now the good thing about doing it is, when you've planted as much as you can plant, or as much as you want to plant in here, you can then just go up to the biodome at the middle here, there's a middle button, and you can just harvest the whole lot in one go. Look, watch. Let me just reload this save. I mean, I forget how many I planted. I think it was only a couple of thousand, but normally you would collect, you know, about 1,500 to 2,000 with just the 13 plants. But using this method, I can go into, say, here, and with one click, collect the whole lot. So I've got 4,000. I'm not using this. This was just to get my glass farm started in a different planet. But there was 4,000 collected there. But yeah, if I say went up to this as well, I'm collecting all that, and there's 4,000 odd there, which is all I need for creating lubricant. But yeah, so it's not it's a glitch, but it isn't glitch building. You're not using any kind of wire glitching, adjacency glitching. You're not actually placing any parts. It's just it's an exploit. You're just exploiting the biodome into thinking that you're about to place something, but you're actually not. So the game then just assumes that it should delete something, but it doesn't. It does delete them, but it keeps the plants there. It just physically it removes the physical plant that's there. So yeah, like if I go to this one here, for instance. And this way you can kind of just build 4 or 5 biodomes and not take up a huge amount of space and stuff. So like in this one, for instance, there's probably a bit more. So there's 12,000 in there. In one click I've just collected 12,000 frost crystal. Yeah? Because there's quite a few plants. There's about 150 plants in there. But it would be the same for selenium, and so on and so on. So yeah, that's kind of an explanation there. I have explained that as well in some of the other streams. Like when I first started planting in these biodomes, I kind of went through what you do, and using this method basically makes all other methods of planting plants redundant, because there's nothing else. The only other thing that you can do which is as efficient, but it just takes a lot longer, is you can wire glitch. You can glitch, like you can basically plant a plant here or anywhere and just keep, like as I do with these refiners and supply depots, you can just keep glitching a plant into the same plant, but that takes a lot longer than just doing what I did there. And that is why I used to be one of those people that made quite big plant farm bases on a freighter, but because you can only collect each individual plant, I now don't even bother with plants on a freighter. I just use the freighter space for much more of a aesthetic base as opposed to a functional base. And all my plant farms are now land based because it's just so much more efficient and much more quicker. That's all right, no problem at all. So yeah, if you try it, try it yourself, and if, like, for whatever reason, if you can't seem to be getting it right, then just drop me a message and I can try and help. But it's dead simple. As I said, you don't need to place anything, you don't need to click on anything whatsoever. It's just a case of bringing up the build part and then hovering it in the middle so that all three potential corridors show up. But don't place anything, and then just go back to the plant, and then you can rinse, repeat, and just keep planting. If you're on an old console like a PS4 or Xbox One, plant 100 and then see how it goes. Because what can happen on the older consoles is if you plant too much in a biodome, the plants themselves are not the issue, but you can get a crash once you click on that biodome to collect all of the plants. So at the point where you click on collect all and harvest all, at that point, if you've got too many plants in there, it won't always, but it may crash your system, because you're collecting thousands of an item in one hit, and the older consoles can sometimes shit themselves and think, oh, this is going to be an overload on my memory or whatever, and it just dumps and crashes. So what I would do is, if you play on an older generation console, plant 100, collect them, see how you go. Next time, plant 200, see if that's alright, and just basically keep doing as much as you can until you know where your limit is. On a PC, you haven't got to worry about any of that, even like sort of older PCs, because we have a lot of RAM and stuff like that. I just got shot there. My health has just gone down. What on earth is going on? This permadeath that I'm playing at the moment, it's got some real funny shit going on. But when I get out, look. Right, so let's get towards the centre. Yeah, so on PS4 arithmetic, plant, I would say plant 200 first off. Plant 200, see how you get on with 200. And to be honest, if you don't have any issues, you shouldn't really need more than a couple of hundred plants in each biodome. But it depends what you're doing, really. On PC, you can go up to about 1,000, I think, without any problems. I'm pretty sure Zane's done about 1,000 in one of his biodomes. Oh, hold on a second. Where the bloody hell is my this is at the start of Hilbert. I should be like 5,000 light years away from the centre at the moment, but I've possibly chosen the wrong galaxy here. The wrong system. So there's the portal. I'm pretty sure I jumped through to the centre, no? I'm going to have to do it again. That's annoying. Definitely did use this portal. Ozimoto, I have a question about multi-tool hunting if you have time. Yeah, go on then. This could be quite a long-winded explanation if it's to do with multi-tools. Don't forget to hit the like button as well, peeps, just to keep the old thumbs up outweighing the trolls out there. Arithmetic, Austin is like a multi-tool expert. Thanks, Arithmetic. Yeah, definitely one of the more prolific hunters out there, I would say. There's quite a few good ones though. You've got obviously myself, you've got Lava Lamp 64, he's the king. He's the Don multi-tool hunter. You've got a guy on the coordinate exchange called Scotty. He's pretty good. Junt is quite good. Hazard, I can never say his name. Dojo, I think he's that. Dojo, that's it. Dojo, that's his name. He's an Irish lad. He's quite good. There's a few of us. On the Interstellar Index, we've got another guy called Chad Badur. He's brilliant. Chad and Lava Lamp are my favourite tool hunters. Chad's found some incredible tools. In fact, I'd say he's probably found better tools than Lava Lamp, but just less of them. He's found, and he won't share the location with anyone, but he's found the only all-white alien rifle multi-tool I've ever seen. I've never ever seen an all-white, completely all-white multi-tool, and he found one. He's got it, but it's only the system that it comes in is only unfortunately a B class. It can't. You have to upgrade it with nanites. It's an incredible looking tool though. So Bozimoto says, I have found an A-class alien tool. I'm hunting the S-class. Some settlements have a different tool. Is that normal? Yes, it is normal, yeah. So basically, sorry, let me just grab some dioxide here. So every single system has 2 to 6 different bodies, as in planets or moons. Yeah. So you'll never go to a system that's just got one planet. There'll be at least 2 planets or a planet and a moon. Up to 6 planets, or say 3 planets and 3 moons. But there will always be 2 to 6 bodies that kind of hypothetically orbit the sun in that system. Now, every single one of those planetary bodies, whether it be a moon or a planet, every single one of those has their own unique pool of multi-tools that are completely different from Planet 2. Planet 2's multi-tool pool will be completely different from Planet 3. Planet 3 will be different from 4, and so on and so on. So every single body in every single system. So this planet here has its own set of tools. This planet here has its own set of tools. This planet here has its own set of tools, and so does this one here. So in this particular system, there are 4 different pools of multi-tools, right? And that's not including the space station itself. So the space station itself has its own multi-tool pool, as well as the planets in the system. So including the space station pool, which is the default multi-tool pool in every system. So as soon as you portal into a system, you will always be greeted with the space station's multi-tool pool. Like invariably, 9 times out of 10, you'll be greeted with the space station's multi-tool pool. Doesn't matter what planet that you warp into. You could portal into this planet, this planet, this planet, or this planet, but every single one of these planets will be showing the space station's multi-tools. Not this planet, not this, and not this. Now, how you spawn this planet's multi-tools, as well as any of these, into the system, is you just simply fly to this planet and you reload on this planet. You reload a save. It can be an auto save or a manual save. It doesn't make any difference, but you land on the planet and you reload a save. Now, when you reload that save, that then triggers this planet's multi-tool pool to spawn into the system-wide pool. So if you land on this planet here and reload a save, you'll spawn this planet's multi-tools into this planet's pool, this planet's pool, this planet's pool, as well as the space station cabinet. Yeah. Now each planet can have between 2 up to 5 multi-tools in their pool. So each planet here has, this could have 2, this could have 4, this could have 2, and this could have 3 different multi-tools. And each of these tools will have their own natural class. Yeah? So this may have a natural B and an A class, this may have a natural C, B and A class, this may have 2 B classes, a C class and an A class if it's got 4 tools, and this one here may have 2 A classes, a B class and a C class. Now if you see a cabinet with a class, this is not always the natural class of the tool or the natural skin of the tool. In saying that, most of the time the space station cabinet is the natural class of the tool. I say most of the time because it isn't a rule and it isn't always the case. Probably 8 out of every 10 space station cabinets are the natural class, but sometimes they're not. Now let's just say for argument's sake, this is a natural B class tool. Yeah. Now any natural class tool, doesn't matter what the class is, this tool can appear in cabinets which are 1 class above and 1 class below its natural class. So this is let's just say this is a natural B class. If I went and searched on any planet for this tool here, this tool could potentially appear in an A class cabinet or a C class cabinet, because it can spawn 1 class above or 1 class below its natural class. So this can be a C, B or A. If this was a C class natural tool, it could only ever appear, best case scenario, as a B class. It will never ever appear higher than a B class, because again it can only appear 1 class above or 1 class below its natural class. So with that all being said, the only tools which can spawn into an S class cabinet are natural A class tools. Because if this was a natural A class, it can spawn 1 class above into an S class or 1 class below into a B class if it's a natural A class. With that being said again, if you see any tool in a system that spawns as a C class in any cabinets, you can instantly forget about that tool being available in an S class. It will never, it's impossible. It will never ever spawn as an S class. So the only way that you can upgrade a tool that you see appear as a C class is to spend nanites and basically go to this multi-tool station here and spend nanites here to upgrade its class, or purchase new slots with units or the multi-tool expansion slot. But prior to Origins update, we couldn't ever do this, or Desolation it was. This wasn't an option here. So to answer your question, you found an A class tool, I'm hunting the S class. Some settlements have a different tool. Is that normal? The answer is yes. And the reason being is because every planet has more than 1 tool in its multi-tool pool. They can have 2 to 5 tools. And you'll also see the tool that you're looking for. If it is a natural A class, you'll also see that tool appearing in B class cabinets as well as potentially the S class. However, it could be a B class. The tool that you found that potentially could be a natural B class that has spawned into an A class cabinet for you to assume it's an A class. So the only way that you can basically find out if it's a true A class is to see it never spawn as a C class, or to see it more often than not appear as an A class. And then you've put how many S-class cabinets. There are multiple S-class cabinets in each system that you visit. There could in fact be multiple S-class cabinets on each planet as well. But there's absolutely, it's completely irrelevant how many there are, because you only need to find one S-class cabinet. And the reason why you only need to find one S-class cabinet is because it doesn't matter where the S-class cabinet is or how many S-class cabinets are in that system, the same tool will always appear in that S-class cabinet. So if you found an S-class cabinet on planet 1 and you found another S-class cabinet on planet 3, it won't make a difference, because all of that system's natural A-class tools will appear in any of those S-class cabinets. It will never differentiate. It will always be the same tools. So there's no point in finding more than one S-class cabinet, if that makes sense. Yeah, so if you've just found it in a C class, that to me, so you found it in an A and in a C. If it was a natural A class, the lowest it would appear in would be a B, yeah, and the highest an S. But because you found it in a C, that is telling me that what you found is a natural B class, because you found it in an A and you found it in a C, and a natural B class can spawn as an A or as a C, one up or one down from its natural class. So unfortunately, you won't ever find that tool you're looking for in the wild in a cabinet as an S class. The only way that you can upgrade that tool if you want it is to go to this area here on the space station over there and use nanites to upgrade it. Unfortunately, that's how it works. Yeah, so until as soon as you've put the one I've seen in A and B so far, so there's hope for an S class. There is definitely hope, always hope for an S class until you see it in a C. The other thing to take on board is, if you're looking for a tool, if you're seeing it appearing more often than not as one particular class, like, so let's just say you're looking for an A class, you think it's a natural A class. If it is a natural A class, you'll probably see that, let's just say in every 10 minor settlements, you'll probably see that A class tool appear 7 times as an A class out of 10, and the rest will be a B class, unless you find it in a C, an S class. But kind of 7 times out of 10 you'll see it as an A, and 3 of those times as a B. And that's the same for like a natural B class. Out of every, say, 10 cabinets, you'll see a natural B class appear 7 times as a B, but maybe 3 times as a C, maybe a couple of times as an A. But you'll see it more often than not appear in their natural class. That's how they work. So I hope that's for everyone's benefit there, really, as opposed to just yourself. If there's any new people that are watching, they may find that useful. Just bear in mind that when you commit and start conducting a search for a tool, it can take longer than searching for an S-class freighter. It's a very, very long-winded process looking for a multi-tool. Controller's just cut out. And we're back. Yeah, it can be a very, very long-winded process looking for an S-class cabinet. I don't say that to put people off. I'm saying that to manage your expectations. Don't expect to find an S-class cabinet in 10 minutes. It can take hours. Several hours. Yeah, I'm thinking. I mentioned before in one of my streams, the average amount of minor settlements I have to search in before I find an S-class is 48. Between 2.5 and 3 hours work. That's just the average. It would be so much better if it was quicker, a lot quicker. If there was a quick way of doing it as well, you'd probably get a lot more people in the community looking for them. So we could have had quite a few like really good tools discovered. I mean, there's already like hundreds, but it's a very niche thing to do in No Man's Sky. You could probably count on two hands the amount of people that actively look for S-class tools out of the several 100,000 people that play the game. Yeah, it is a long process, and like I've said before on a previous stream, even like ships, freighters, frigates, multi-tools, it doesn't matter what you're looking for. As soon as you see this symbol appear on a frigate, a freighter, a multi-tool, whatever, it's just such a good feeling. Like for me, it's the best feeling in the game. Like it's a genuine sense of achievement and sense of reward, and you used to get that quite a bit with No Man's Sky back in the day, before everything was made so damn easy in this game. Like this game is so easy now. The survival element in No Man's Sky is next to non-existent now. Like compared to what it was like before, the grinding, the effort of doing anything, that's all gone now. So the game itself, No Man's Sky, it offers very little now in terms of sense of reward and sense of achievement, because it's just everything is essentially now handed to you on a plate in this game. It's so easy. So the one of the last and only remaining things in this game, for me, in my personal opinion, that give you a sense of achievement and a sense of reward, is finding something in an S-class. And that's why I enjoy it. I quite like it. I like feeling like you've achieved something and you've found something relatively unique that perhaps maybe even no one else in the game has found. And that's why I like multi-tool hunting, because they're all very unique. So yeah, it's a good sense of reward. It's a good feeling when you see any S-class ship, tool, anything appear. I think it makes it all worthwhile. I've been able to get 2 of the tools you've highlighted in videos, but each time almost gave up. So even when you're looking for a freighter, the feeling that you get, it's a feeling of relief. Like, don't get me wrong, like if you've spent 3 hours looking for an S-class freighter, you do get a feeling of relief, but it is also a feeling of great, you know, this is brilliant, I've just finally got what I've been waiting to get, and I've done it, I've got it. And then you can start looking forward to sorting it out and building it and upgrading it and so on and so on. So it's well worth it, like for me. Like the effort vs reward is well worth it, I think. I might have to reload my save in a minute, because for some reason my health here is glitching. It's not sorting itself out, and I don't know why. sort of hoping that a reload will sort the issue, because I don't really want to restart the stream again. Got your S-Class third try, yeah, that is well lucky. As I'm sure you're probably aware, that it can take you ages to get an S-Class. I think I did about, in the last one that I got, I must have done about 60 reloads in the last Permadeath stream that I did. Like before this new one that I started before I got killed. And that was probably the longest it's ever taken me, ever. All the time I've played the game. I'm going to go for a grey and white freighter in this playthrough, but if I don't see any that I want in any of the systems that I land in, as long as I've got all my glyphs, I'm going to go to one that I found last week or the week before last, and I'm going to grab that because I think it's so good. It's a lovely freighter. And Alex in our Alex in the index group, she has just found a system that has every one of the different frigates that you can get. So it's got all 5 frigates. Is it 5 or 6? Anyway, she's found a system that spawns every one of the different frigates that you need to build a fleet, like support, combat, trade, exploration, and so on. And they're all white and dark grey. They look the nuts, and that's my colour. So I'm tempted to go and visit. It's a system in Euclid as well, I think. So I'm tempted to go and visit that when I start building out some frigates to get some. I want to see if I can find something first myself. I'm just going to reload and see if this sorts out this health issue here. No, I've got my game's glitched at the moment. Look, see my health is missing a little bit at the top, and I'm down to like 2 health bars. Definitely shouldn't be doing that. I don't know what's going on. Maybe what I'll do is let me just go and see if I can see, it disappears when I get in my ship. But when I come out again, it's like I've just been shot. Let me just go and use a health station. Let's get a bit closer to the centre. I'm not liking this because I've got a gut feeling that I'm going to die for no reason at the moment. Arithmetic says, speaking of HG making the game easier, I was kind of bummed when they moved the blueprints from manufacturing facilities to the anomaly, and you can just buy with nanites. I was enjoying the challenge, the product blue. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, see, yeah, that's made it so much easier to get anything that you want. It's certainly sped up my way of playing in this run to get all of the stuff for the stasis device components that you need. So I've not minded that for this, just for this run. But what that does is it just it's just another thing that they've done to take away forced exploration. Like all of these things in the game, like you need this to make that, you need to go and collect this to make this, and you need these components here in this type of biome, in this type of system to make this, and so on and so on. All of that forces players to explore this game and actually venture out and explore different buildings, different biomes, different planet systems, galaxies and so on. But what they've done is with all of these updates, they've essentially taken away that forced exploration now with a lot of these changes that they've done, which makes the game easier. And yeah, I guess they're trying to cater for everybody, people that haven't got a lot of time, but yeah, the survival element in this game is gone. The only time that you will experience survival elements in this game now is if you play Permadeath and you play the first maybe 2 hours of the game. Outside of that, it's gone. There's absolutely no survival element in creative, in normal, and even to an extent in survival. It's gone, which is a shame. That's terrible, that module, compared to this one we found yesterday. This one's a god module, 9108 and 9734. Whereas this one on the fauna is 6750. Shocking. Right, fire rate on that one and fire rate on this one. So one more of them. And we're good to go. Quickly go to I'm just going to quickly jump to the Emerald system because I want to make an Atlas V3 pass. So what system am I currently in? Eissentam 3. My living glass farm felt really special when I first created it, but once you get to the point where you can make farms for higher priced products, you really don't need them anymore. You have so many units, I just give stuff away in the anomaly. Yeah, there is that, but at the same time, in this run I'm going to be looking for an S-class derelict freighter. Like, I'm not going to go and visit someone else's finds. I never do really in any of my playthroughs. Now, as you know, like the S-class freighters, sorry, the derelict freighters, they start at 5 million, then go up to 10, then 20, then 30. And what I'll be doing is I'll be buying about 20 of those modules in one hit. So, I mean, I'll be spending about $250 million each time just on derelict freighter modules to try and find the S-class derelict that I want once I get my freighter. And when I get to 1 billion units, which will be probably tomorrow, I will then just start scrapping any and every ship. So even like 100 million haulers, if they come in, I'll scrap them because I want to get my nanites up to 100,000. So for me, I have no issue with spending money in this game. I can spend a lot. So having a lot of units there and a stasis device farm is good for that. Because until basically I've built my freighter out, and I've got to a certain amount of nanites that I want, I'm going to be spending a lot of money every day. But then, yeah, you get to a point where you've kind of done everything that you need to do. And from that point onwards, anything that you make, you can just give away. But in the first sort of 50 hours of this game, obviously because I don't dupe and cheat, I use the occasional exploits, don't get me wrong, but I don't dupe and cheat in terms of making money in nanites. So I will spend a lot of money in the first 40 or 50 hours of a playthrough. I don't need any of that. Need to get the blueprint for it, didn't I? Right, back to the anomaly. Yeah, see, even for this, like the Atlas Pass, back in the day, you couldn't even get an Atlas Pass, a V1, a V2, or a V3. You couldn't get them from any type of facility. So when No Man's Sky first came out, probably for about the first 2 years, so well after its release, the only way that you could get an Atlas V1, V2 or V3 pass was by luck. Literally luck. And the only way you could get them was by looking through storage barrels. So they would have a random percentage rate of spawning in storage barrels, and that was the only way you could get them. So like, I've even, in my review of the game, I did the review like years ago after I'd knocked up about 150 hours in the game, and in writing that review, even in that review after 150 hours, I still hadn't found an Atlas V3 pass, and I had played the game a lot. Whereas now you can just go straight to here and get one. let alone go in. I've already got it. Let alone go into like manufacturing facilities and stuff. You can just come straight here. But all of these things here, the 3, the 2, and the 1, these were complete random spawns back in the day, which again made everything so much more difficult and so much more rewarding when you finally got one. But yeah, now it's just completely different. They're given to you, they're handed to you on a plate. Like the Atlas V3 pass, I remember everyone was just saying like it's one of the rarest game items you could get, and it didn't even give you much, to be fair. I mean, it gave you access to storage barrels and it gave you access to the back rooms in like some settlements and on the space station, but they didn't really and still don't offer much. And even for multi-tool hunters and stuff back then, you didn't get nav data. There was no such thing as navigation data. So you didn't need them, really. It was just one of those things like, this is super, super rare. I've got to have it. I've got to get it. Welcome, Night Sparrow. Welcome to the stream. You've put, I took ages to get the Atlas 3. I was disappointed, to say the least. I got to enter rooms and collect carbon. I guess the reward is the journey. I think how you feel there is exactly how everyone felt. It was like, what? This is it. This is what everyone's been talking about. Like, is this all that you get offered by having an Atlas Pass V3? Like, we've waited for 50 freaking hours to get one of these, and you're telling me all we get is freaking carbon. Yeah, definitely. It was so annoying. And like I said, they didn't even have a use for like hunters back then, because there was no such thing as navigation data. You used to have to use your signal booster and do things that way, or just do it manually, like flying around and just trying to randomly encounter settlements and stuff. Again, even that was way hard. Like if the only way that you could get S-class multi-tools was literally the old school way, of flying around manually looking for them on a planet, I mean, you can forget it. I wouldn't even be doing that now. That is just like mind-boggling, crazy amount of time that you'd have to spend with just pure luck and random chance of finding even a settlement, let alone, 40 of them or 50 of them to find an S-class cabinet. And that's why I take my hat off to the likes of like Lava Lamp, because he used to find multi-tools the old school way, like properly. So yeah, sod that, not today. Right, I'm just trying to find a. I don't think I've unlocked a health station yet. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. I need to sort this health out. I don't know what. I'm thinking if I can get a health station or maybe kill some creatures actually and see if I can eat their meat and get that health up. Let's go to any of these planets then. Yeah, man, that Atlas V3 pass back in the day. 120 hours and all I can do is open a door to pick up about 4 plants and give me a couple of hundred of carbon. Are you freaking serious? It's so bad. Yeah, it was definitely more difficult back then. 100%. Right. Animals. Generous. Let's see if this does anything. It's not moving my. That's replenished the health crosses. Ah, here we go. Hold on, all this time, is it because my life support has been down? Surely not. That's embarrassing if that was the reason why it was down. I didn't even notice that. Well, at least that's sorted. Might as well just scan a couple of things while I'm down here. And then we're going to do another galaxy jump in a second. And that freighter that spawned, that was about 15 minutes ago, wasn't it? So I'll have to remember that. So what's the time now? So that must have spawned at about 5:15 UK time. Because in the next stream I could be tempted to try and find the freighter. I remember as well. I mean, it might be because it was so long ago. I can't don't quote me on this, and don't take my word on it. You'd have to sort of go back and watch some YouTube videos of people doing like Let's Plays when this game first came out, like in 2016. But I'm pretty sure it took me a long time to get off the starting planet because everything was so far away. I'm pretty sure that now they've even put the ship and the buildings that you need to get like the hermetic steel in. I'm pretty sure even all of that now has been placed a lot closer to the player than where it used to be back in the day. Because I remember playing Permadeath. I got quite bored in normal mode. I thought even then it was quite easy, so I played Permadeath, and I remember in Permadeath dying like multiple times on the starting planet. And I remember it taking ages, absolutely ages, to try and repair the ship. A white space station. So let's see what the frigate colours are. Because normally the space station, it's got like a dash of red and white. So what you'll probably see a lot of the time is the frigates or the freighter will have either a dash of red or white. Like they will generally predominantly be one of the colours that's on the space station, like was one of the primary colours. So this one has obviously taken red instead of white, because that's a combat vehicle there, but as you can see it's blue and red, so it's taken the red on the space station and made that its primary colour. It's not it's not like a set in stone rule there, but it more often than not the space station does generally dictate what colours even multitools will come in, but definitely freighters. Night Sparrow, I have the exact ship, same colour with 3 fins and metal pointy thing on the front and back. Yeah, I've got this just because it's an S-class, using it as my main ship at the moment, but if I see a really good fighter coming along, I'll be definitely snapping up a fighter and using that as my main ship, because fighters, alpha fighters and long nose fighters are my favourite ships in this game. See, normally if I was hunting multi-tools, I would now be reloading on every planet to see what natural A-class tool will spawn into this cabinet, and then if I see an alien tool or an experimental tool appear here, doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to find it in an S-class, because this is just a guide. But as I said before, most of the time the space station cabinet is the natural skin of the tool, the natural class. So I would assume that this is a natural A class, and therefore if I see from reloading on any of the planets any of the tools appearing here as an alien or an experimental, I will then go and conduct a search planet side. I'll essentially choose the best suited planet like ideally a lush with no storms, to look for the tool and then start a search. Permadeath is pretty fun, I think. Especially the first couple of hours, like you said, but once you stabilise, the only thing you have to avoid is making a stupid mistake. Yeah, exactly, yeah. It's the same with all modes, but particularly with Permadeath. Yeah, I mean, for me, because I like survival games, I really enjoy survival games. Like, so for me, restarting a game in No Man's Sky is not a hassle for me. I actually look forward to it, because probably the first 10 hours of any game on any mode that I start in No Man's Sky, even where I am now, is still sort of the building up element of the game, like the building out your inventory and that. I find it to be the most enjoyable part of No Man's Sky. So I don't mind starting new games, but you get quite a few people out there that see starting No Man's Sky again from scratch is a drag. But I'm the opposite to that. I actively, once I get to certain points in my existing saves where I'm like, right, I've done everything here, let's start afresh and start and maybe searching a different galaxy for stuff. Once I get to that point, I've got no issue with starting a new save whatsoever. I enjoy it. Yeah, I don't mind it at all. I'm going to get some oxygen as well, because I'm going to need to make some condensed carbon in the in one of my up and coming runs streams. Right, time for another jump, I think. So let's get into the galaxy first. That line of stars there. That is so odd. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Tell you what, this would be great for a little there's a thing there as well. Be great for a little community hub, that. Like a perfect line of stars. Right, where were we? Galaxy core, that's it. Yeah, that's why I'm the same as you, Ripmatic, in terms of starting new saves on expedition modes. I'll tell you what I wish they would do though with that is give people the option to choose what mode you want to play on. Like, obviously, no one's going to take an issue with playing on normal, but it would be nice to play those expeditions on permadeath or survival. I wouldn't actually play them on permadeath. I would like to play them on survival and just see how you get on. I think that would be quite cool. But it's just annoying that you have to create a whole new save for it, because you've got to delete a save, haven't you? If you've got quite a few things already on there, sort of thing. Right, so what I need to do is make some warp cells. Change my ship. And change the multi-tool back over. So change the multi-tool. Make some warp cells. So how much? Just one will probably be enough. I always have 4 saves going, 1 normal, 1 survival, 1 creative and 1 permadeath. So the 5th slot is for the expeditions, which I delete when over. Works for me. Yeah, I don't really have an issue with the saves, to be fair, because I only ever play on survival or normal. I've never ever played on creative mode, and this is the only permadeath one that I've currently, in fact, tell a lie, I've got 2 permadeath saves. I've got one with about 200 hours on it, but I never use that anymore. I haven't played on that run for a long time. So I've currently got 4 saves, 2 permadeath, 1 normal and 1 survival. Survival is my main save, like I play that every other day. I'll always get like an hour in to do a bit of multi-tool hunting every day without fail, or every other day should I say, and then I use normal. But actually what I do is, so survival is my main save, and that is exclusive to Eissentam Galaxy, and the normal mode that I play is exclusive to Euclid. So that's why you see when I post some tools or ships, you'll either see them in Eissentam or in normal in Euclid, and that is purely because I'm playing on 2 different saves. It's not because I keep jumping galaxies. I just start up one mode, which is Euclid, and the other mode is Eissentam, and survival is my main mode. So you'll probably see more stuff in Eissentam than you will in Euclid with me. So this is galaxy number 3, which is Calypso, I believe. What would be nice, this is annoying what I'm doing here, it'd be nice if you could just click all of the, like, so just go click, 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 and then dump all of it into where you want to dump it, sort of thing. That'd be just a much better quality of life improvement, that. Shit, am I nearly out of uranium? Yeah. I used that for the gamma weed, didn't I? Right. This stuff here will all be deleted soon, but I'm just using it in case I need to build some more plants on my stasis device farm. So I'm just keeping some stacks of it at the moment while I'm here. Grab the suit module, upgrade module here. Might as well while I'm in the system. They need to give us more slots. I would even pay for a couple more. Yeah, same here. I would even pay for good DLC. As far as I'm concerned, the devs and the company deserve every penny they get now. They've built this game into everything that I think people expected, and they've gone above and beyond. And I think that if they decided from here onwards, kind of after 5 years of free everything, to start asking for money for any future updates, I wouldn't even batter an eyelid. It wouldn't bother me one bit. But what would bother me is if we got, so this is going to be a bit of a controversial comment, but if we got an update like pets and I paid for that shit, that's what would annoy me. because I have literally zero interest in running around an exploration survival game with a freaking pet. There were a lot of people obviously calling for that update, and a lot of people wanted it, and I get that. It just wasn't for me at all, so I wouldn't pay for that. If they did a really, really big update like Origins or Prisms that changed the way things look, changed the way you can do things, and actually did affect game mechanics and stuff like that, it basically expanded the game and improved the game. I wouldn't even batter an eyelid about paying for DLC, but for updates like the pets and like the Exo, the mecha suit, I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't go near it. For me, they're things that I did for like a day, not even a day, like an hour or 2 hours, and I was like, right, I'm done with this already. I'm bored. Pointless updates to me. But again, like you guys watching this might think, you know, what's he talking about? I love pets, and that's fair enough. Everyone's different. But for me, waste of time. That was, I couldn't stand it. And I'm not moaning. You know, people will call me out and say, yeah, but it's free. Just because an update is free doesn't mean I should and have to enjoy it and appreciate it. Like, don't release an update that has 100 new bugs, breaks the game for many people, and gives someone an hour's enjoyment and expect that person to say well done. I would much rather pay 15 quid for a really, really good update that gives me some good value than get that shit coming through, is my view on that. Yeah, you see a lot of, like, there's I'm not alone, there's quite a few people that didn't enjoy the last like 2 or 3 updates that were released, but then they decide to sort of get vocal about it, whereas I just keep my mouth shut. But they get vocal about it on Facebook, but then all the snipers out there all start shooting them down and saying, well, look, don't complain about it, it's free. Well, I mean, someone could put shit through my letterbox and give me a bag of shit for free, but it doesn't mean I have to appreciate it. You know, like, just because it's free doesn't mean it's good. And that's what people have got to get into their heads with these things, like with free games and free to plays and stuff. It's not always the case that it means it's good. Cheers, Bozimoto. I missed that. Have a good evening if you're still there. Enjoy your rest of your weekend. They need to start making money. I agree about the monetization. I got my money's worth a long time ago. Yeah, exactly. I got my money's worth thousands of hours ago. I've got no issue with that. They made Last Campfire to support the game. Well, I mean, you say that. They're definitely not short of a few quid. Hello Games. Sean Murray is easily a multi-millionaire many times over from this game. I think in something like in the first 6 weeks of this game's release, just from pre-orders and people that didn't demand refunds, Hello Games netted nearly £50 million worth of profit in its first 6 weeks of release. And that doesn't include all the games that have sold since then, all the new players that have come along since then, the players which have bought multiple copies of it on multiple devices since then, and the fact that Hello Games, even today, is still a team of less than, I think the company's got 20. It was 20 something employees when the game released, and I think even now it's less than 40. It's a very, very, very small company, but has made a fortune. So I don't think that they're struggling for money. They've also got Sony as the publisher, and Sony spends the money on the marketing side. So they definitely don't need the money because they've got a lot of it. It's not like they were a AAA developer with sort of 300 employees and a huge amount of outgoings and expenses. Very, very small scale, but just delivered a huge game. Pretty much AAA status game now. So yeah, Sean Murray is easily a multi-millionaire, and I would imagine the senior devs in that company are very well off as well. And the company itself has made a lot of money. You could probably go on Company's House and have a look at their accounts for free, and I bet you they've turned over a lot of money. Yeah, not interested in microtransactions, sod that. Absolutely zero interest in that. Like, proper paid DLC I'm fine with, but not microtransactions or pay to win stuff. Like buying a multi-tool, you know, at the start, like buy this S-Class multi-tool for £2 to get your game started. Just like, no. Nearly at 10,000 damage. It's easy going to go over if I get the right modules. Right, I'm going to do a quick derelict freighter. Pick up some missions. Oh, let me just grab this grave. I forgot to get the grave in the last one, didn't I? Silly sod. Getting distracted I am. No, you only need one glyph to jump galaxies. So just to clarify there, glyphs are galaxy specific. So like if you find a portal, even if you've got 16 glyphs, you can't jump from Euclid to Eissentam using glyphs. It's impossible. So like any locations that you see on like No Man's Sky Coordinate Exchange or on the Interstellar Index or things that I post, you have to, even if you've got all 16 glyphs, to get to that location, you have to use a portal in that galaxy. So that's why whenever people find ships or multitools or anything in this game, they always list the galaxy that they're in, because you have to use a portal in that galaxy to get to that location. Yeah, so like you can't, like if I, for instance, now I'm in Hilbert galaxy number 2, if I found a multitool in this galaxy, the only way that you could get that multitool is by actually being in this galaxy and using a portal with the glyphs that I offer to get to the location in this galaxy. You can't go to a portal in Euclid and jump through that portal and end up in a different galaxy. It doesn't work like that. Glyphs are galaxy specific. So what I'm doing is, at the moment, I've got only 10 glyphs, but to galaxy jump, you only need this first glyph here. So what you'll do is you'll find a portal, and then you'll get to that portal and activate the portal, and then just spam this glyph here 12 times. So just type this glyph in 12 times. So just tap it 12 times, and then doesn't matter what galaxy that you're in, if you use a portal and spam this glyph 12 times, it takes you to the center of that galaxy. So you normally start at like 715,000 light years away from the center of every galaxy that you're in. But if you find a portal and spam this 12 times, this will take you to within 5,000 light years of the center of that galaxy. But you don't actually go directly to the center of the galaxy to jump galaxy. You go within about 3,500 light years of the center before you then activate the system to jump into the middle. So you don't go all of that 5,000 light years. So essentially, spamming this first glyph will take you to within around 1,500 light years of where you need to be to jump galaxy, which is literally in a S-class ship, just one system warp, one jump with a warp drive, hyperdrive, and that's how you do it. That's like an efficient, quick way of doing it. But you don't need all 16 glyphs to activate a portal. You just need one. That's exactly what I need. Oh, we've just closed up. It's going to get some storm crystal there. Yeah, you can't use portals to change galaxies. What will happen is if someone posted, say, a really nice ship in Eissentam, galaxy number 10, if you typed in the glyphs, so if you were in Euclid using a portal in Euclid, and you typed in the glyphs that person has provided, but those glyphs, remember, are for Eissentam, what would happen is if you used the portal and typed in those Eissentam glyphs, it would take you to a location that those glyphs specify in Euclid. So the glyphs would still work in Euclid. It wouldn't like say you can't use these glyphs, but it would take you to Euclid's equivalent of that location that's in Eissentam. So you essentially, what will happen is you'll end up in a completely different system, in the wrong galaxy, with completely different planets and just a completely different RNG element. No worries, yeah, because you see a lot of people on comments, like when I post stuff on, to be honest, I only ever really see it on No Man's Sky Coordinate Exchange, probably just because there's a lot of new players on there, but you'll get someone come up on the comment and saying, oh, I've just been here and it's the wrong tool, or I've just been here and I'm in the wrong system, or these glyphs are wrong, they've taken me to a system not with 5 planets but with 2 planets, but like 99.9% of the time it's because that person doesn't understand how glyphs work, and they think that they can jump through use a portal to jump from Euclid to like another galaxy, and that's not how it works. That's why they've ended up in the wrong system, or they're seeing the wrong tool, and so on and so on. Right, time to do a derelict freighter. Yeah, so that's what you do. Like, if you want to have access to all the galaxies that you've visited, all you literally need to do is just get to that galaxy and plonk a base computer down. You don't even need to build a base. You just put a base computer down, and then you are then free to visit any galaxy that you've previously visited and sort of hop between the two. So you can essentially just use a teleporter once you've entered a new galaxy and you've put a base computer down anywhere on any planet in that galaxy. That then basically unlocks that galaxy for you. So what you can then do is you can go back and forth using like the space station teleporter, or the teleporter on your freighter, or on your base, your land base, and you can just freely travel between all the systems and bases and stuff that you found between those 2 galaxies. If you have a base computer down in the first 100 galaxies, you can then freely travel between any of those galaxies in the first 100 galaxies. So that's all you've got to do, is just put a base computer down as soon as you get to that galaxy. And the best thing to do is to just rather than just putting it down straight away, actually the best thing to do is to find a portal, put your base computer next to the portal with a teleporter. So literally I'll just put a base computer, a teleporter, a battery and a solar panel for power for the teleporter, so literally 4 items. Put that next to a portal, and then if you find a multi-tool or a ship that somebody's posted in a galaxy that you've been to, you can then just walk to that base, activate the portal, and then there you go, you're straight there. So all you've got to do is type in the glyphs and go straight to that location in the galaxy. So yeah, it's good to visit like the popular galaxies. Like on all my saves, I've got the first 10 galaxies plus maybe 3 or 4 others that are quite popular that people go to, and I've literally just got a base. I never go to them, but I've just got a base computer in there for if like people want to team up and play or whatever. So that I've got access to those popular galaxies, like Hilbert is obviously popular, Calypso, Euclid, Eissentam definitely, Eissentam, or however you say that, that's quite a popular one. Yeah, it is a recent change. Before you got they called it portal interference. You could still go to a location, but you basically, once you got to there, you were locked in that galaxy. You wouldn't be able to leave and go anywhere else. So yeah, that's a relatively recent change. Like you could still get to the galaxy, and as long as you did it like your own way, it would be fine. Like you could still hop between the galaxies, but you couldn't. If you joined somebody's game and stuff, then it caused all sorts of issues. But yeah, they lifted that. I can't remember when they did it. I think it might have been with maybe Origins. I think it was with Origins. See you later, Arithmetic. Thanks for joining. Enjoy your weekend, mate. yeah, if you took a long break from the game Night Sparrow, then there'll be a lot of sort of new updates and stuff to look forward to. Most of which generally are just sort of quality of life improvements. But yeah, there's been quite a bit. Again, for new players out there on these derelict freighters, there's normally 2 different doors and routes that you can go. Anything that you see that's purple, like this purple and white or pink and white, these are dead ends, but the rooms may still contain loot, like this. Sometimes there's nothing in them, but sometimes there is loot. Like if you're looking for blue boxes for the base parts and stuff, they're still worth looking. And then you'll see like these now. You can sometimes it can be quite confusing, but if you see the stairs, if you see stairs going up, you'll know it's the right way because the stairs are facing you. If you see a room with stairs that are this way round, you know that you've just come down these stairs. Yeah. So you know that that is the way to go. Like if you don't see a door and just stairs, that's the way that you can tell it is the right way. Sounds obvious, but some people get quite confused in these derelict freighters. I never went to Euclid. I never went to the centre because I didn't want to lose all my hovels in Euclid. Yeah, you haven't got, you don't lose anything now. You've just got to get there basically. And there's several ways to get to the centre of, or to get to different galaxies. I've shown you that way of sort of spamming the first glyph. It's quite a long-winded way of doing it. The other thing you can do is just join a friend's game. So if one of your friends or someone that you know already has access to a galaxy you want to get to, just join their game, like tell them to start the game so that they're already in the galaxy you want to get to, and just join their game. As soon as you join their game, put a base computer down, because you can't save progress in multiplayer, I don't think. So just put a base computer down and bang, you've got access to that galaxy. The other way that you can do it is the anomaly. They generally have featured bases, and even if you just see random people's bases appearing in there, check the galaxy, because if it's a galaxy you want to get to, or it's a galaxy you haven't been to yet but might want to go and visit, just go there. Jump in the anomaly, go to their bases, and as soon as you get there, just put a base computer down. So then you've unlocked access to that galaxy for life. So there's quite a few different ways of doing it. If you do the Artemis quest line, the main storyline, you get the option at the end of that to choose what your next galaxy is. If you choose the green orb, that will take you to a lush galaxy, and it will take you to Eissentam, galaxy number 10. Oh, that was a C class. So there's various different ways that you can get to different galaxies. most of which involve multiplayer. Right, let's see what the crack is with the weekend mission. I've seen a few other people, it looks like, are struggling with this on some Facebook comments I've seen today while I've been on the stream. Nope, still a problem. Let's see if the featured bases are appearing. I suppose, do I have to turn multiplayer on for that? Probably, let's see if that fixes the, it's gonna go all funny now, isn't it? All these beggars. A beggar on Permadeath? Come on. Shouldn't be playing Permadeath, mate. Yeah, capital ships can get up to 6,400 light years now, which is a bigger jump than black holes. They're still greyed out for me, these featured bases. See, look, what I'm saying is if one of these bases here, so that's in Euclid, yeah? But if you click on these people's bases, these are all in Euclid, it looks like. But you will find one that will say like Eissentam or a different galaxy, and if you see a galaxy that you haven't been to before, literally just wait for it to download and then walk there, and then you can basically jump to this person's galaxy, jump into a different system, like get into his planet and base, then fly out and just walk to a different system away from where he is, put a base computer down in that system, and then fly back to the anomaly. But yeah, it looks like all of these guys are based in Euclid. Yeah, that's it, that's all that's shown. I don't know why this is greyed out. It's an issue platform wide, it appears. Some people are getting lucky and they're seeing them. Some people are having no problem with the weekend mission, but there's a lot of people like me that are having an issue with it this weekend, and I don't know why. It sounds like if you're on a console, you can disable and enable discovery, and apparently if you do it quite quickly, it can trigger the weekend mission. But I don't have that option on a PC from what it looks like. I don't know. yeah, I have no idea. Anyone can join my group. Multiplayer is on. So yeah, I have no idea whatsoever. General. Yeah, I've got no idea. There's obviously an issue. So anyway, we'll get that turned back off. Go away, everybody. Oh, I need to get my exosuit module. No, I've never been to all of the galaxies in a playthrough. I haven't been to all the galaxies across all of my playthroughs. I'd say out of the 255, I've probably spent some time in, or very, very briefly been to around 30, 40 galaxies maybe. But in this run here, the main goal of this permadeath run is to go to all 255 galaxies in the space of 2 months, which can be quite easily done. It's kind of like 3 a day. Some days you might do 4 or 5, but you can definitely. Someone has recently done it quite quickly. I think they were doing quite a few in a day, and they took 17 days to put a base down in all 255 galaxies. I mean, it would be nice to do it in 2 months. But I'm not really, the time limit is not a problem for me. If it takes longer, it takes longer. I just want to say that I've done it, and I've done it on Permadeath, and sort of here's the proof on a live stream. And then anyone that plays Permadeath, if they wanted to go to any of the galaxies, then I can act as a sort of taxi for them, if you like people on the Facebook group and stuff like that. Because I moderate, as you probably all know, I help moderate the Interstellar Index Facebook group. So yeah, if I can help people out on there with galaxy jumping, then that's fine. I called in the wrong thing. I was meant to call in the anomaly. I definitely, what I've found so far in doing these live streams, I definitely hit a peak at around 3 hours, and after 3 hours my concentration and speech and everything definitely starts going downhill. Definitely. I know I've never noticed it before, because I don't normally do like 3 or 4 hours worth of gameplay. I'll play like an hour and then go and have a little break and watch a bit of TV or do some shit around the house or whatever, then come back, boot the game back up again, and I sort of play like that normally. But these long stints, they do tire you out. Sounds stupid, but it does. They make me bloody hungry as well. Speaking of which, I think I am going to call today's stream a day there now. Yeah, we've done a couple of galaxy jumps. We've built out the exo suit cargo. We're halfway there now. Still need to do a lot of this, building out this ship storage. We've pretty much got there with a multi-tool now, just a few more things to do, nearly at 10,000 damage. So this is going to be a focus at some point in the next couple of streams, getting a freighter and trying to get to Eissentam, and just keep on doing what we've been doing, really, not deviating much, and keep galaxy jumping. So anyway, thanks everyone for joining. Thanks to Night Sparrow, much appreciated. All the support is great. Arithmetic as usual. Bozimoto. Who did we have earlier? David we had in the chat earlier. Anyone that's been lurking. And sorry if I've missed anyone, but my chat only goes back for the last hour or so, so I can't see anyone that was in earlier. But many thanks. Be great to see you all in the next stream. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I shall see you.